Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of CroomTalk. Today, I am here with a special guest, Tanner Gentry.
Appreciate you having me on, brother.
How's everything going?
Good, man. Just been chilling, playing golf, helping my wife run her business, and just been laying low, man.
You've been playing a lot of golf.
Yeah. It's so addicting. It's just something fun, like especially after my last year playing football, I got into golf, and when I stopped playing, it's just like something you stay competitive with yourself and always provides a challenge. But yeah, man, it's a lot of fun.
And you not only did you pick up golf, you are officially like a TikTok golfer now.
Yeah, I've been doing a bad job with it. I kind of just started just for fun, posting my swings. It was mainly Caitlin, she's all on social media, and she's like, if you're going to play this much golf, you might as well, record it and make some use out of it. But I always find myself like on the course just wanting to play and chill with the boys, and then it's when you bring the cameras out, it's like work. So it's like it's a whole different animal, but it's also fun to get some content.
Yeah. Now I have my boys coming up for the Broncos game. Who knows how the weather's going to be? But like I told you, introduced you guys before, the one who does TikTok.
Yep.
But it's like we could do some type of content. But it's just like I'll do content all day, but unless there's a specific guy doing video,
That's what I'm saying. I'm a big good golf guy, and like I watch all their videos, and all they do is play golf. Like if you had someone to just record and edit all the videos for you, it'd be ideal, because then you're just playing with the boys.
When you do it yourself, it adds such a different aspect.
Yeah.
And like I ran into an issue in, where were we? It was Nashville. Like first time ever filming golf. It was like a shitty day outside. Figured we'd be the only ones on the course or whatever. We're just cruising. There's a guy behind us, and he's cruising too, but nowhere near us. But we're on like a drivable par 4, so we're waiting for these guys to get off the green because we're gonna go for it.
Right.
And we're sitting there setting up the camera and shit, and this guy comes up behind us like, "Can we play through? You guys are holding people up trying to video yourselves." And like, I already like wanted to avoid that, because obviously that'd be annoying if that was the case, but that wasn't the case. We were still waiting for the people to get off the green, and it was an old guy. He didn't even ask. He just told us. He's like, "I'm gonna play through," and he's like, "Dude, you're not gonna play through. We're waiting for these guys to get off the green." And I'm like such a hothead, so I'm instantly super pissed off. So then I'm just waiting, and the dude, they're still on the green, but you could tell they're getting ready. I'm just like, I'm just gonna smoke this ball. So I tee it up, and I'm talking like long drive swing, like bouncing my feet, everything. I swing, and I know it was good, and I just turn to the guy and I go, "And that's why." And I just grabbed my shit, and I was like, it ruined my whole day though.
Yeah,
it was like hole 5, and we were playing 18. I'm like, yeah, dude, I don't like doing this shit.
Yeah, dude, that's happened to me a couple times. People just like pulling up like on a slow day on the course, and people just get mad, and people have just like passed without asking. Which, like, if you have 2 people and we have a foursome, and it's like, you're trying to play through, and the course is open, it's cool. Like golf etiquette, you're supposed to let them through. But people that like have the nerve to just drive right past you, like, nah, bro, it doesn't work like that.
Yeah. I can imagine like the issues. That's like if I were to ever talk to anybody from Good, that's what I would ask them, because like there's no way you guys play golf every day and it's just chill.
Right.
And there's not one person on the course that doesn't give a shit. Like,
I know, and they got 6 people playing at a time on each hole.
Let alone they have like the people from the clubhouse there with them. Then you have like spectators, and it's just like you can imagine how much of a cluster on the course that would be, and how unhappy people.
They gotta like book a certain amount of like an hour slot where they can't book 2 times. But
nah, I would love to play with the good guys.
Yeah. It's like every day I watch it, I'm like, damn, this is fun, but I really want that to be my life.
You watch them like religiously?
Yeah, don't miss a video.
Yeah. Did you just watch the one? I was watching the one from yesterday. I didn't get too far into it though.
Yeah.
Steve was feeling a little sick.
Yeah. It's cool, man. Like they just do all these fun challenges, and like, I mean, it's crazy how they've grown too. Cause like
I started watching. The beginning?
Well, I started watching just Garrett on his like GM golf page doing all the trick shots, whatever, and then just how they built good, and like off the merch, and just like everything they're doing is like they release these putters for $400 and they sell out in 24 hours. It just blows my mind. Almost to 2 million on YouTube. Yeah. It's crazy.
How'd you feel about the whole Grant and Micah split?
I don't know, man. I mean, they were like really good, but I feel like they've made up for it, like adding like Luke Kwan and Brad. Like,
I just think it's weird because Grant's whole perspective was like, I want to do my own thing and play with whoever I want, but like him and Garrett would play together on his channel all the time. But why is that not a thing anymore?
I feel like it had to do. Well, I know that Garrett or Micah and Grant got the TaylorMade deal, so I'm wondering like
you see
how
the shit,
much they got paid.
Did you see the shit that TaylorMade talked? Yeah, so like when they first announced their sponsorship, because they did it right when they did their Callaway deal, they put a post of them too, and it says "When good becomes great."
Ooh.
And like all the comments were people hating on TaylorMade because Good Good's like it's such a loyal community.
Right.
It was super fucking.
And I feel
weird.
like it's so funny. Like I feel like the majority of like when they do the meetups and stuff, like the Good meetups, all the people that come out are like middle school kids, or like high school kids. But it's like me, like a grown ass man. Yeah. But they're like closer to me in age. I mean, they're like probably like 3-4 years younger than me.
Yeah, because we're the same age.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I mean, I'm sure the age varies between all of them. So
yeah, but they're smart though, because like there's some golf pages out there that like Bob does sports, for example, like they drink and cuss and all that stuff, and like it's just like for like kind of one targeted audience. But Good is like, I mean, anyone can watch it. That's why like they don't cuss on there, like don't drink. So like, you know, it's good for viewers, for kids. It's smart,
and they're growing the game of golf a lot too.
I mean, you can make the argument that YouTube golf is, I mean, just as many people are watching it as the tour.
If not
like
more.
When you look at the viewership.
If not more.
Hell no.
Nah,
on Halloween, too?
Right?
What you got going on in here?
Nah, I opened the window a little bit. It just closes on its own.
Spooks my boy a little bit.
Yeah, we're going to have to put that in the clip right there. Like, what the hell happened here?
Oh, man.
But besides golf, well, I mean, I guess we could still talk golf, even though you said you just recently got into it. You grew up in Colorado, right? Mm-hmm. You didn't golf when you were younger at all?
I started playing during COVID.
Yeah.
Really, like,
I feel like everybody else did, too.
There was like a time period from when I was playing in the XFL to when I was at like home for 6 months back in Denver before I got signed with the Bills. And just some of my boys back there, there was nothing to do during COVID. So we're like, let's just hit the course and see what happens. And then just immediately got addicted to it. And
what was your first shot where you're like, yeah, I want to do this?
Oh, no. The first few shots were like, this is the dumbest shit.
No, but like, what was the one shot where you're like, okay?
Oh, just like when you get the feeling of just like, you know, hitting the ball in the center of the club face, or just like getting the swing feels down, and like when you actually hit good shots, like that's when it becomes addicting, I think, because you're always chasing that. Like when you hit a wedge to like 5 feet or something like that, or hit a big drive, it's just like there's so many frustrating moments in golf, but like those moments, I mean, that's why you keep playing. It's just like there's that like standard meme of like, oh, like you shot like 100, but you make a birdie on 18. Like, let's book a tee time tomorrow.
For sure. Like, whatever shots keep you coming back, that's what's important.
Exactly.
I love the game of golf because it's so diverse, and you don't have to be good at it to enjoy it. It's not like, I mean, it kind of, I guess, would hold you back, but it's not like football, for instance. Like if you're not good at football, you're not going to be able to play football.
True.
Like, because the thing I love about golf too is everybody can look like they know how to play.
Yeah,
that's my favorite part about golf.
The dudes with the best outfits, they got the worst swings.
Like, oh, he's got the new driver from TaylorMade,
exactly.
and you just watch him on the tee, and he hits it in the clubhouse. You're like,
just blame it on the club, probably.
Yeah. But growing up, when did football interest you?
So my dad played college ball at D2 school, and growing up, I played all sports, really. I mean, soccer, hockey, football, basketball, baseball. Like, I played everything. And I think that was cool, like, what my parents did is, you know, allowing me to play all these different types of sports, because when you're young, you can just build so many different skills that, you know, help you just become a better athlete overall. But I really got into football. I mean, obviously, knowing that my dad played, and he would always, you know, want me to go outside and play catch and stuff like that. So that's maybe kind of where football started for me. But going into high school, I liked, you know, football and basketball pretty equal freshman year. And I think after sophomore year is when I kind of just like fully committed to football and decided that's where I wanted to, you know, play in college, and kind of just spent all my time on that.
Were you always a receiver?
Played quarterback in youth football, which pretty much everybody, you know, says they played quarterback. But I played quarterback. I got to high school, and they just had moved me to receiver freshman year, which I don't know. I thought I could throw, but apparently they didn't. But it was actually funny because the O-line coach for my high school team was my dad's O-lineman in college, so he like knew of my dad playing receiver, whatever. And he was like, his dad was a great receiver. Like, this kid, you know, he's fast. He can probably play receiver. And that's when I got switched, and I loved it. I love playing receiver.
Did you have to like just learn it, or you kind of just knew it just from being an athlete?
I mean, like I feel like the hands aspect, like catching, like I always had good eye-hand coordination and stuff, but just like kind of learning how to run routes and all that stuff was the biggest challenge. But I mean, in high school, you're really not running routes anyways. Like you're just faster than everybody, so you just run past them. But yeah, I mean, I didn't really like. It's crazy. High school kids nowadays like are working with these like receiver specialists and really like learning how to run routes. But back like when I was in high school, like there was nobody like that teaching anything. So I didn't really even learn like route running until I got to college. Had a couple of good coaches that knew what they were talking about. So
yeah. So going into college, well, even high school, like was college ball like obviously the goal?
Yeah, I mean, I honestly like I committed to wanting to play in the NFL. Like, I mean, I wanted to play professionally at whatever I chose since I was a kid. Like, obviously, that's pretty much every kid's goal who's competitive in sports. And yeah, I mean, I knew college was the first step, and wanted to get a scholarship and get my school paid for. That was kind of the main goal, and thought I had a really good high school career. And it's kind of tough to get recruited in Colorado, where I was at. Ended up only picking up 2 offers. Air Force offered me first, and that wasn't happening. There was no chance I was going to go into that and serve and do all that. It's just not me. But it's funny because they had the nerve to tell me that they were going to start throwing the ball a lot more. And looking back in the past 8 years, like they throw the ball like 6 times a game. So like
they tried to
they tried to finesse me.
Yeah.
But no, Wyoming was cool, man. It was awesome because it was only a 2-hour drive for my parents and like my whole family in Denver. So every home game I had a huge crew supporting me, and Wyoming was dope, man. There was nothing to do out there but play football and chill with the boys and you know, party a little bit.
Yeah.
So it was fun.
What what is there to do in Wyoming? Like what was like the Friday night thing in Wyoming?
I mean off season Friday night, like there's, you know, some bars downtown, but it was mostly like house parties and stuff like that. Like football, like a couple of the guys on the team had rented a house that was kind of like the party house. But in season, you know, we would go to this bar called the Buckhorn in Laramie, and it's one of a kind, man.
Yeah.
Like talking like $2.50 drinks, like, you know, us like on the football team, like a couple of the bartenders knew us, so like we didn't really pay for drinks or nothing like that. But it's crazy because like upstairs it would like people would be spilling drink, like it's super packed. Like downstairs is just kind of like the bar area. Upstairs is like they have a DJ like club type of vibes, and people would just be spilling their drinks and all this stuff, and the floor got super wet. And like 3 years ago, people fell through the top
just from like the wood rotting.
Yeah, like it fell straight through. So they repaired it and everything else. It's good now, but it's also funny. They have this thing called the buck roll, which is there's the steps that go up to the top stairs are wood, and they would get wet, whatever. And the amount of people I've seen fall from the top of the stairs to the bottom was unbelievable.
Yeah, you just be sitting down there like just filming, waiting. Like,
yeah,
oh,
bro. Like, yeah, seriously. And like people super drunk walking out, you're like, oh yeah, he's gone down for sure.
That's super fucking funny.
But nothing, man. Just chilling with the guys, video games. Yeah. I mean, football took up a lot of our time. So,
is Wyoming kind of like in comparison in a way to Buffalo? Like just a small city?
Yeah, I mean Buffalo's obviously bigger, but it's funny. Like the tallest building in Laramie is one of the dorms. So like there's no like it's just kind of like old like Western feel, old school bars downtown, a lot of like mom and pop restaurants and stuff. But no, it's pretty small. I went back there to watch my little brother play a couple of weeks ago, and I was like, damn, I forgot how small this place was. It's crazy. Yeah.
So you went back to watch your brother play ball, but earlier you also went back for was it the Lift conference?
Yeah.
And you got to speak to a bunch of kids.
Yeah, I did. I was in Casper, Wyoming. It's like an hour and a half outside of Laramie, and yeah, they have like a Lift group out there just for like high school kids, and just kind of like a leadership group. And I mean, these kids get to like skip school for a day, and there's like 3 speakers. And I was super nervous about that because like my personality is not like I'm just kind of like low key, just like pretty chill, and that was like my first speech I've ever done. So like I was honestly more nervous for that than like playing my first college game at Nebraska, like in front of 100,000. Like I was way more nervous, which I don't know why.
Yeah.
But then it was cool. Like, you know, the kids enjoyed it, and had a bunch of them come up to me saying they appreciated the speech. And it was funny because I was really nervous until I looked in the front row and I seen a girl just like
Just
full on sleeping, bro. And I'm just like, whatever. Like, it's all good. They're just high school kids.
Yeah. Did you have to pre-write something?
Yeah. I had like a PowerPoint and spoke for like 25, 30 minutes.
What was the premise of it?
It was just like, kind of just like about, the main thing was just like goal setting and just kind of like what you have to sacrifice to reach your goals, and just battling through adversity and persevering through different challenges that will come along the way to success. And that was just kind of the main goal.
Was that something you always wanted to do? Like kind of just like give a little bit of knowledge to the youth?
Yeah, I mean, they reached out to me and asked me if I wanted to do it, and kind of just stepped out of my comfort zone to do it. And yeah, I mean, it was, I just feel like, I mean, just like for me personally, just, going to high school, I just talked like I only had 2 offers, and then go to Wyoming. I felt like I had a good college career, end up going undrafted. Like, I just felt like there's a lot of things that throughout like my football playing career that presented some challenges, and, I just never quit. And, there's people saying that I couldn't, like, I went to a CU football camp, in high school, and I wanted to play there because that's like my home state team. And basically, like, the head coach brings me in and just like, hey man, you're a good player, but we don't think you're good enough to play here. And like, I'll never forget that. Just kind of put a chip on my shoulder, and just like, and then go into the league, and obviously 252 picks, didn't think I was worthy of a draft pick, which I thought I was. I mean, I finished 10th in receiving in the FBS my senior year, so like I felt like I did everything that I could. But I could have easily just been like, oh man, like maybe I'm not good enough, and just like listening to people telling you what you are. Just gotta just believe in yourself, and that was just kind of the main goal. So it was cool to get to talk about it.
Yeah, it's like a mental battle, because you gotta either pick 2 ways in the street. You got to change the channel, especially if you have everybody kind of against you.
Right.
That's either going to motivate you or kill you.
Yeah, for sure. It's one of the two. Yeah, for sure.
So you went undrafted, then you ended up playing for the Bears.
Yep. I was in Chicago for 3 seasons. John Fox was the head coach when I got there, and then Matt Nagy came in. But we loved Chicago. It was a great experience. Yeah. Really, really cool city. Probably my favorite city I've ever been in. Yeah. But yeah, Chicago, and then I was released by the Bears, and then wasn't able to get picked up by another NFL team right away. So then I ended up going to play in the XFL that they had just restarted the league that year, and going to camp, whatever. And probably like 4 or 5 days before the first game, like I had this like crazy high ankle sprain. During like a one-on-one drill, I stepped on somebody's foot and messed it up. So I didn't even I missed the first 5 games, and then week 6 I got activated to play because I was like finally back healthy, ready to go. And that's when all the COVID stuff hit right away. And on that Friday they canceled the league, and it was just like, damn.
Yeah. What's running through your head at that point? Like you kind of like on the edge of like what's next?
Yeah. Well, it just kind of sucked because like I was out there we were in New Jersey because I was playing for the New York team, and we were playing at MetLife, so we were like kind of close to MetLife. And just like being out there, Caitlin wasn't out there. We're all living in a hotel room. Like that's what they had covered for us, and just doing all this stupid rehab, and it just like was a grind. And I wanted to be playing, and because I thought that was like a good opportunity to get some good film and get back to the league, and just never was able to get out on the field because of the injury. Which I've been blessed with injuries. I only had like a shoulder in college, so like never had an ankle before, just like a freak thing. So that was pretty frustrating. And yeah, and then I'm about to play that week, and they canceled the league. It was just tough, but it is what it is, man. It's like the uncontrollables. Like, what are you gonna do about that?
What, like going from like being on an NFL team to the XFL, like, was there anything where you're like, dude, this is kind of bullshit compared to like knowing how shit was?
Right. I mean, just like they didn't have as much money, obviously, so like the facilities and all that stuff like just weren't the same. But as far as like talent wise, like there was some studs, bro. Yeah. I mean, like the whole roster was made up of dudes that have played in the league, and then just like looking for another shot. So like all the guys on that team, not obviously NFL talent, but like it was still like super competitive. And I don't know if you remember watching some of those games. I mean, it's back now. Like some good players in that league, and like there's multiple kids that get signed after the season and get to go play pro. So it was like still competitive and it was fun, but yeah, definitely not the same luxury of the league.
Yeah, it's good that they have that now, because I feel like it's such a it's a huge second opportunity for these guys, instead of just being like getting the phone call like, hey, you still working out, like they can actually see you perform, and I think that's so huge to have that push back to the NFL.
Yeah, no, I agree.
They got what, the AFL now too? Well, they're combining with the XFL or AAF.
Yeah, yep.
So
yeah, I heard about that. They're like merging them or something. Yeah.
They're gonna get rid of I think a couple teams as well. They were saying, because there'd be too many.
Okay.
But I think it'll be good for competition. I mean, it was cool to watch, especially because what is it, USFL? I think that's what I meant to say.
Oh yeah, the USFL.
Yeah, because they would play at a different time of year than the XFL, so it was like you're watching football all year
round. Yeah, it's good for football fans for sure, and it's like I said, it's competitive, so it's not like it's like semi-pro or just like
just some dudes
bums,
that just pay to play football.
Like, I mean, like PJ Walker, like when I was playing in the XFL, he's playing for the Browns right now, but I mean, he was playing in that league and he was just crazy.
Yeah,
he's going crazy.
Yeah, because he went to Carolina.
Yep.
He went to school with D-Doc.
Yeah, Temple. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I trained with him in the off season twice. His quarterback coach is in Denver. So I had worked out with him a couple times. He's a good dude, man.
Yeah. So then, what's going through your head once you get that call from the Bills to come play here?
I was pumped, man. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, obviously went to college with Josh, and he put in a good word for me, and I was really grateful for that. But obviously, was super blessed for the opportunity, and it's a dark place, man. When like after the XFL, like I was saying during COVID, that 6 months I was home, like it's tough because like you're constantly like just in a mental battle, like of, oh man, like no one's calling. No, I mean, no, am I not good enough to play anymore? Did I play my last football game ever? So all this stuff runs through your head, but just every day, just staying in shape and grinding and making sure that if somebody does call, like you're ready to go. Because the last thing you want is you're sitting there and sulking or whatever, and you're not training and keeping your body right, and then you do get the call and you're not ready for the opportunity. But yeah, man, it was super awesome to play here. The culture here is unlike no other team. Just like, I mean, I've only been with Chicago, but just like kind of the family feel that we had here, like in Chicago, it just felt like just like super business, like, and just like from ownership down to coaches to how they treated the players. It was definitely a change. But coming back here, I mean, obviously it's still a business, it's the NFL. But just the way, you're treated by the owners and the GM and the coaches, and just like the locker room feel, just like how guys like actually, because like in Chicago, like dudes didn't really feel like friends. It was the weirdest thing to me.
Yeah.
And I know you're competing for spots and all that stuff, but like here it wasn't like that. Like guys are happy for you to succeed, and obviously you're competing in preseason with other guys at your position. But yeah, the culture here is great. The fans are great. I went to the Thursday night game. That was insane.
Yeah.
Just like it's been fun for me this year to like I went to watch 4 of my brother's games and go back to Wyoming and get a tailgate and just be a football fan for once. It's been fun, and getting to go to the Bills game, and it's been a good time.
Has the Bills like kind of grown on you? Is that like kind of your squad now?
Yeah, Bills fan.
Is it because like your friends play, or like you kind of were a part of it, or it's just like the overall like aspect of like the passion and like the loyalty kind of thing?
I think it's all of it. I mean, I grew up a Broncos fan, right? So, and they were one of the teams that didn't even want to sign me after college, and I had went to like one of their workouts, the local I think they do that here too, like the local pro days. Went to that. I thought I did well. They telling me all this bullshit that obviously wasn't true, which I don't like. Why not just shoot somebody straight? Just like tell me like you don't think we're gonna pick me up, but like. Hey man, we're gonna, we like you in the 6th and 7th round. If not, like we'll pick you up undrafted. And then my agent calls them and they're like non-existent. So that kind of made me not want to, like, I know it's different ownership, coaches, all that stuff now, but I don't know. Just the Bills are a fun team to root for. It's a fun culture to be a part of, a Bills fan. And obviously Josh being one of my best friends, obviously I'm going to support him forever. And yeah, it's fun to be a Bills fan, man.
How much of a part of you coming here was it, Josh?
I mean, coming here initially, I think a good amount, I would say. Yeah. Just because I didn't have a lot of film from not playing in the XFL and all that stuff, and they kind of just took a gamble on me. And Josh is, talking to Bean and trying to put in a good word for me. But obviously, when I got here, like, none of that matters. Like, you gotta, perform and got to stick around for a few years, and built a lot of good relationships on the team with the guys. So. Yeah, definitely got to be a Bills Mafia for life.
I feel like you didn't get a fair shot here, though. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, it's tough, man. Like, the receiver room, every year I was here, was just stacked. And, you're fighting for the 5th and 6th spot because there's 4 guys on guaranteed deals that they're not going anywhere. And then, you get a draft pick to come in, and that's going to be tough to beat, right? Because they draft him, and they're going to give him a lot of opportunities. And, it is what it is. It all shook out how it did, and I don't have regrets about it, which is the best thing because, I poured everything I had into football and was blessed to be able to play for 6 years. And yeah, man, no regrets. I always tell myself like the younger me would be proud, and just I was in a good space, good headspace to hang it up, and to be able to just walk away from it because I was going to go play in Canada, and I had actually signed with Toronto, and just kind of got to the point where I just didn't like feel the same, passion for the game anymore. And in professional sports, like if you're not all the way in 110%, like it's not going to work out for you. So I just felt like it was a good time to walk away, and I was happy with everything that happened and trying to start something new.
So what happened, like, when you obviously signed with, I don't know how to say their name, but Toronto.
Yeah.
But, like, you kind of, like, decided to retire, like, right almost after that.
Yeah.
Like, what was the difference on, like, the day you're signing the paper to, like, the drive home? Was that, like, where you were like, I don't know?
Yeah. I mean, I would say it was, like, it was weird. Like, before I did sign, like, I was like, man, I can still keep playing. My body feels good. I want to do this. And, I decided to sign, and I don't know, just like the next couple coming weeks after, I just kind of had like different feelings, just like not the same motivation to train at the intensity that I had before, and just like different little red flags kept popping up, and just like, my knees are like, when I stand up, they're like popping and shit. So it's just like, damn, I don't know if this is still in the cards for me, and just kind of tried to trust my heart, and ultimately just made the decision to call it.
Are you at peace with that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
100%. I don't miss it, man.
Yeah.
I don't miss it. I miss like certain things about it, like, being in the locker room with the guys, or playing in games obviously was always a blast, but I definitely don't miss the daily grind and the mental grind that comes with it. But yeah, definitely at peace. And then when I see these dudes getting smacked on Sundays, I'm like, whew. Man, I'm good on the couch.
Yeah, right. So, like, younger you, high school you, do you feel like you checked all your boxes?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Do you think you exceeded it?
I do. I mean, obviously, like, as a kid, you're just like, I just want to, watching pro football, you're like, I want to be there one day, and then you kind of get to high school, and you feel like you're a pretty good player, and then you just keep improving, and then you get a scholarship to play in college, and then you have success in college, and you're like, damn, like this might be real, like I'm gonna go all in on this. And yeah, man, I worked really hard, and I'll hang my hat on that. And there was never a regret, or I wish I would have done this different, or I wish I would have put more time in. Like, I was fully invested. And that was the main reason I decided to stop playing, was because like the mentality wasn't the same.
And what kind of, like, obviously, I'm sure your wife had a huge part in, helping you make that decision, and, probably your conversations with her. But you got married pretty damn early on in your life, huh?
Yeah.
How different has that made your life?
I mean, honestly, like, not super different, like, after marriage. We met in high school, and it's crazy. Like, they say, like, once like, within, like, a short time after being with her, like, I knew I wanted to marry her. And just, like, we were just like best friends, but also like in a relationship, and just like we just like click so well together, like rarely fight about anything. Like,
you guys are pretty damn dialed.
Yeah, it's like, it's crazy. It's like you couldn't ask for a better match, really. But we lived together in college. She went to Colorado State freshman year because that was like the school she wanted to go to. All her friends were going there, and she didn't want to just like, come with me up to Wyoming. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so we did it was only an hour drive freshman year, so it wasn't too bad. And then she decided to come up to Wyoming, and we ended up living together. And then I proposed right after my last game at Wyoming after the bowl game.
And the rest is history.
Yeah, man.
You guys seem to have like the most fun out of any couple I've ever seen. Like, but you guys are always doing shit together too. It's not like even like the golf tournament. Like,
oh yeah,
like you're there golfing and she's there handing out beer. Like it's you can't really mesh with somebody better than you guys. Yeah. It's super dope to see.
She's the best, man. Yeah, I owe a lot to her for sure.
So she's got her own little side gig going on that's blowing up right now.
Yeah.
And are you helping her with that a little bit?
I help like in certain aspects, like I'm the Lowe's guy. So like if she needs,
you're the runner?
I'm just like, I run to Lowe's, and I hate that store so much because it's like the biggest store of all time. Yeah. And like I have to have her send me like the screenshots of what aisle everything is in. Cause like I'm not about to be going and looking around for shit. Like that store is just massive. And I know nothing about like hardware or anything like that, but she's like so in tune with all that stuff. But I mean, obviously I help her, like she has all the big like prop rentals that she does for events, and helping her transport those. Just like, certain projects that she needs my help with, I give her a helping hand, but the minds behind it all is all her.
That's dope.
Yeah.
It's dope. Like her vision is wild for the things that she comes up with. Cause like the way she starts, it's like an empty canvas.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay. And then a couple of days go by, you're like, holy shit.
I know.
Yeah.
It blows my mind. Like, and I'm like, well, how did you like know what you were? She's like, I don't know. I just like figured it out. She's like self-taught. She just never had like went to school for this stuff. Mm-hmm. Just like everything she does is she just like from her mind just straight to a final project. It's amazing.
So your NFL days, is there anything that you would maybe change throughout the NFL, like, or your career, that would make it a lot easier, you think, for other people?
I would say, damn, okay, hold on. Like, what do you mean?
Like a rule that's in the NFL that you can just make disappear.
Oh. I mean, definitely cannabis use, I would say. I mean, just to be straight up, like, I think that helps, a lot of the guys, because of how physical the game is and the mental grind. I mean, I'm not suggesting like guys go playing games high or practice or whatever, but I do think it's a better alternative to pain management than some of the stuff that's being pushed on the players. You know, some of the pills and stuff that's not good for you.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't see. It's tough because it's not like federally legal. So it's like for the NFL to like legalize that would be tough, and I think there would be a lot of fans that would kind of boycott it too if they like came out publicly saying that.
But I also feel like it'd be the well, yeah, I understand that perspective, but I also feel like there'd be a big
super anti,
a big following for it too.
Yeah,
though.
No, I agree. It would go both ways. Mm-hmm. But I mean, I know the majority of the guys use it anyways, and there's like certain testing periods, and after that, it's kind of goes away. So, I mean, these guys are professionals, right? They're not going to do anything that, in most cases, that's going to harm them or their production or, their career. So if you feel like it helps you and helps your body stay, feeling good, and it helps you mentally just be in a good headspace, then I don't see why it would be an issue.
Yeah. And that's one thing I advocate is like, I feel like mental health for a professional athlete is so much different. Because it's like you have all eyes on you, the world's watching you. Mm-hmm. Like even as an athlete, you probably can't go on social media without some type of negativity with your name involved. Yeah. Like, and that's another thing to try to change the channel and get away from that. And I can only imagine like, when anxiety starts to become a thing, and like depression, and it's all like just surrounding you. And I'm sure, smoking would help a lot of people get out of that.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, that's a big aspect of it, is just like the pressure, that all these, we're like under a microscope, and you have a great game, then you're on top of the world. But I mean, God forbid you have one bad game. You're all humans, right?
For sure.
Nobody's perfect. Nobody plays the perfect game every time. And all these couch quarterbacks and all these people that never played at this level have no idea what they're talking about, are the first ones to say the worst things on social media. Like, these guys are humans, you know, they're not robots. Like, they have feelings too. You think like seeing all this negativity on your name is gonna, like, you know, be beneficial? Like,
did you see what happened to Kenny Gainwell last week?
Oh yeah, he responded at halftime.
Hilarious. That is so funny. I don't know why he didn't say somebody else runs my Instagram. But
yeah, I know. Did he get fined for that?
I don't know. I think he will be.
Yeah.
Because I know that's a huge thing.
Right.
But like, just imagine, like, you know what, motherfucker? Like, just at halftime.
Like, who's DMing? Like, who cares that much to start DMing bad shit about players at halftime though? Like, that's my thing. Like, some people just, like, I get it. Like, you're a big fan. Like, you love this team. You want your team to succeed. But, like, some people just care way too much, in my opinion. It's kind of ridiculous.
I think that was super funny, though. Because I think it's something like that happened before as well with somebody. And they got in quite a bit of trouble.
Yeah.
But I feel like that's one thing. Like, that's like my whole goal for this podcast when I do podcasts with athletes, is to humanize athletes for the same exact reason. Like, these people are normal people just like you who have the same life and trials and tribulations at home, as if that's not difficult enough. Yeah. They're on this pedestal where everybody's watching them.
I mean, they got families. Like, I don't know if you saw the thing with the Colorado State game. When Travis Hunter, the CU kid, like, took that bad hit. It was kind of like after the play a little bit. Yeah. And he like got like a lacerated liver. Yeah. And like he was out for 3 weeks, but these CU fans were like sending him death threats, like, to him and his family. And it's like, it's never that serious, man. Like, call it what you want. Was it a late hit? Maybe. Like, was he trying to purposely hurt him? Probably not. But like, to go after someone with death threats and their families, like, these kids are just trying to play a sport that they love. Like, it's a physical game.
They're kids.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like, this kid's like 20 years old, man. It's just brutal.
Yeah. Yeah, because that's when Travis Hunter had him come on his YouTube channel together and just like try to like,
because it was getting ridiculous. Yeah, and I think like it was tough because it was a CU game too. Like, they're getting all the hype right now, and they're the talk of national media, and because of Dion and all that stuff. Yeah. So like, it was just a bad game for that to happen, and of course to their best player. But
yeah, I feel like their hype train was like this.
Yeah, dude, they beat TCU. Everybody thought they were going to the Natty.
Yeah, like.
And then they got humbled by Oregon.
Yeah. Big time, too. Yeah.
I think they're going to be a good squad in a couple years to come. I mean, they got
I feel like
talent, but
athletes would want to play for him. Yeah. Like, why would you not?
Right.
Like, I mean, at first, it probably looked super aggressive. We're like, hey, nobody gets numbers until you earn them. You're probably like, okay, well, this is different.
Well, it's crazy how Dion's, like, kind of done that whole thing. Like, I mean, he just recently made the comment, like, they're like, what are you going to do about, you know, too much quarterback hits? Because, like, you know, Shador is getting hit a bunch, and the O-line hasn't been looking at it. He's like, I don't know, I'm just going to go find new O-linemen. Like, that's kind of tough to say that in a press conference when, like, your players hear that. And I had a couple kids, high school kids that I knew from Colorado, because I was, like, doing some, like, personal training during the COVID time. I was, like, working out these high school kids, receivers, and 2 of them were on the team on scholarship, and Dion came in and did, like, you know, like the first team meeting, like, I'm bringing my luggage, and Louis, that whole thing. And after the team meeting, I went to their lockers, and their stuff was packed up in trash bags.
That's crazy.
And there was like 30 dudes that just were like, here's your stuff, like, you're gone. So that's crazy how that, because I mean, that's like, that happens in the NFL, right? Like, you get cut, like, but these kids are on scholarship in college thinking that they're gonna, you know, get their scholarship here and play here, and now they got to, you know, get in the portal and go find somewhere else to play, but it's nuts.
Yeah. This next segment is brought to you by Picasso's Pizza. We kind of just threw this podcast together so last minute, so we didn't get to let these questions marinate or availability to ask questions marinate, but we do have one, and it's a pretty good question. This question comes from Andrew Leary on Facebook. He said, how was playing with Josh at Wyoming versus the Bills? Did you notice a huge difference, good or bad?
This is a good one. I mean, I think, like, his personality hasn't changed at all, and I think that's what makes him super special, is, like, he hasn't let all this get to his head, you know, like, he's remaining humble. Just the way he, you know, I talked about just, like, how the camaraderie in the Bills locker room is a lot different, and I think that has a lot to credit to Josh. Just, like, he's just like a big ass kid. Like he just is always making jokes, always keeps it light, never is too serious. So I mean, that's what he did in college too. Like he hasn't changed one bit in that aspect. But as far as playing, I mean, obviously to get to play with that caliber of a quarterback at the college level was a blessing. He's super talented, even coming in. But just like, you know, from when I left Wyoming to when I got to the Bills, what is that, like a 3-4 year span, just to kind of see how he's grown and, you know, just mentally as a quarterback too, just like how much smarter he's gotten. And you can tell he's just continues to put the time in. And just like, you know, just his passing has improved a ton. Like obviously he has crazy arm strength and got to Wyoming, and it's hard to control that at times, you know, just like having that strong of an arm, and just like watching some of the throws he makes now with like the precision and touch is cool. So he's definitely been working hard, and definitely the best QB in the league in my book.
I agree. I think he's a one-of-one.
Yeah.
There's many like him, but they're not there.
No, not there.
So next question, we'll just keep it all Buffalo oriented. Favorite wing spot?
Barbell.
What are you getting?
5 lemon pepper, 5 hot jalapeno poppers. Every time.
What about the cheese curds?
Those are good too, but the jalapeno poppers are just different, man.
Yeah. You drums or flats, or you just get them both?
I like the drums better.
Yeah.
I would say. I usually do order all drums. But one thing I haven't tried is what is it, beef on weck?
The beef on weck?
Yeah, I never tried that, because every time I go to Barbell, I'm like, well, I'm here for one thing. Like, I'm getting the wings. And I can't eat like that. Like, I can't get a sandwich and wings. Like, that's just too much.
There's a few places that have good beef on weck. I don't personally like beef on weck, but there is a few places that are known for
It's like one Buffalo thing I've yet to do.
Well, I'm sure you've had Salen's hot dogs.
No.
So that's a Buffalo thing.
Yeah,
are you a glizzy guy or nah?
Not really.
Yeah.
I mean, like, maybe on the course once in a while. Not really late, like anymore. But yeah, I don't know. I just can't get behind it.
Have you ever had Loganberry?
I had a Loganberry seltzer from First Line.
Okay.
Does that count?
Yes, those are actually really good.
Yeah, super
those
good.
Are from the tournament
super
too.
Sweet, but like I'm more of like a bitter, like, you know, beer IPA maybe, but they're super sweet. But
there's a brewery downstairs.
They're good. Oh, is there?
That's where I had my event. So I don't like IPAs at all. So they have a Loganberry IPA. It's an 8.4.
No.
Bro, I drank like 12 of them that night. Dude, they're so good. Dude, they are so good. I'll have to have you try one time.
No doubt.
But they're good. They have a lot of seltzers too, like Loganberry and stuff.
Yeah.
So ranch or blue cheese?
Blue cheese for sure. And I never liked blue cheese until I got here, because the blue cheese here is like, it's different.
Do you find it weird that the wings are somehow different?
Yeah, I don't get that.
I don't either. I mean, because it's super easy to cook chicken wings.
Yeah.
But like, how is it like so? I don't know if like people are just getting like the knockoff farms like locally where they're from, but like it's so hard to like mess up a chicken wing. But like, I don't know how we do it so much better than everybody else.
And I haven't had like, I've had a Anchor Bar.
And like that's like the original chicken wing, whatever. But like a lot of people like look at that as like back of the chain, but it's still not bad.
No, right.
But like their wing is probably better than any wing out there.
Yeah. And what's the other one?
Well, there's Duff's.
Duff's, yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Duff's is good too.
That's solid.
Yeah. They're not bad wings, but like when you have like high calipers, like Barbell, like where else do you go?
For wings?
Yeah.
Nowhere.
Have you ever had Gabriel's Gate?
I've heard about that one.
Those are good.
I gotta try wing nuts too.
I haven't tried those either.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll go there.
Yeah, we got to.
You ever have 911?
Mm-mm.
That's up there.
Yeah. See, like I live in OP, so like I don't come downtown a lot.
Yeah.
So I mean, Barbell in East Aurora is like 10 minutes from me.
Yeah.
So that's like
never been
always a go to. You never been to that one?
No.
Where's the other one?
North. Clarence.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I don't know why. I just think like from like everybody telling me it's so hard to get in there. Like it's so small in East Aurora.
It's tiny. Yeah. I just do they have a separate pickup spot in the back.
Oh, you just do pickup?
You just pull up to the back.
You can't even do pickup at North.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got a whole separate like pickup restaurant over there. You just pull to the back.
Do you have any favorite restaurants?
Here?
Yeah.
I do. I like I'm a big Mulberry's guy. Italian food is insane. My wife doesn't like it, but OP Social is clutch. It's right. The hot pepper dip, it's unmatched.
I've never been to Mulberry.
Really?
Never.
Man.
I've never been to Ilio's either.
He got good wings too.
Yeah.
My guy Joe over there.
Yeah, that's what Josh's favorite wings.
Those are solid.
Yeah.
Yeah. But Giancarlo's is good. I'm trying to think. Manja downtown OP is good too.
Yeah. But Giancarlo's a troop for you.
Yeah.
I've never been there either.
Yeah, that's kind of north.
You ever go to Black and Blue?
I've never been there.
That was like, it's like kind of, a lot of people go out there for like private parties.
Okay.
They have a nice little like back room, but they have good food.
Yeah.
You guys will like that for sure.
Left Coast Taco is slept on too. They're in East Aurora. Have you been there?
No.
Bro.
Is it like Bria tacos?
Everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get like the rolled chicken tacos.
Uh-huh.
They got good margaritas too. But that like it's the same thing. Like there's like maybe 3 tables inside.
Mm-hmm.
And they got like outdoor seating too, but in the wintertime, like you try and go there on a weeknight even. It's like impossible.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's good, man.
I'll have to check it out. So if you can tell your younger you self anything to change anything that may have happened, if at all, what would you say?
I wouldn't change anything, that's for sure. But like I talked about, just like with the, like the perseverance thing and just like never quitting, never, always betting on yourself. I would just say, just make sure you always believe in yourself because, as a kid, you think like, you don't really understand how hard it is to get to the NFL. Like when you're young, you're just like, oh, I'm going to get there. Like, but you have no idea like what's all is going to come with that. So I would just tell myself, bet on yourself, believe in yourself. Like if that's your goal and you want to make that happen, then go make it happen. And if you give everything you got and it doesn't happen, then so be it. But that's probably all I would say to that.
Respect it. That's good because then you like kind of fulfilled your dream.
Right.
Like you didn't leave any boxes unchecked.
Exactly. And it's like that's been my my whole life has been that and chasing that goal. And now it's like there's so much more to be done, so much more life to be lived, and the next thing is going to be great. So
I look forward to seeing you on the golf course.
Yes, sir.
TG Golf's on TikTok.
Yeah, check me out. I haven't posted in like 4 weeks, but
we will.
I need to get back on my grind.
We will.
I need to get on that good level.
We can. We will.
Exactly.
Well, TG, thanks for pulling up, man.
Of course, brother. Thanks for having me.
Appreciate it. We'll probably do this again sometime.
Yes, sir.
So, ladies and gentlemen, I need you to like, subscribe. You could share it too. You could also follow TG. Other than that, peace.
I can't take no loss. I don't even know what it costs. I hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, I can't take no loss.